Hey there everyone, welcome to your ursaring Week 4 recaps. First of all, we'll go over the standings. Right now there's only one team left undefeated. They are 4-0 with a plus 14 differential, and they are randomly unpleasant. There are 5 teams who are currently 3-1. They are the Seattle Dragonites, the Milwaukee Miners, the Shitty Webbers, the Florida Phalanx, and the Breaking Souls. Then there are 4 teams that are 2-2. They are the Los Angeles Dodrios, the Detroit Durants, the Miami Mimikyu, the Fusion Fishes, and the RB Leipzig. And the Fusion Fishes. Then there are also 4 teams that are 1-3. They are the RB Leipzig Sagoons, the Chicago Fire Chandelures, the Ekberg Empoleons, the Rhode Island Rampardos, and then lastly, we have the on people who have lost all 4 of their games. They are the Strong Sandlashes and the Charlotte Beedrills. Although they are currently last place with losing their matches so far, I don't think they've done that bad so far. And we'll actually get into them for the match of the week of this one. And the match of the week this week was between the Florida Phalanx and the Charlotte Beedrills. I found this a very interesting match overall. It didn't start off that great for the Charlotte Beedrills, with misclicking on Thunder instead of Whips, with Galvangela losing a mon there, and then also setting up a curse on the Porygon 2, which was able to take down the Torterra. So he was already 2 Pokemons behind at the beginning, but then he was able to pick up 2 quick kills with his own Latios, which was Choice Scarf, so it was able to outspeed the Dragapult, which I don't think the Florida Phalanx expected. Then he did have to switch it out because Mamoswine came in and he already dropped through 2 Draco so of course you don't do any more damage then. Then he also killed he his Cursula got taken down by the enemy Morpeko, but then the Morpeko got taken down by the Charizard. So right now both teams had 3 Pokemon down and 3 Pokemons left. In my eyes, what went wrong here, the Charlotte Beedrills, his Mega Charizard Y was already Thunder Wave, so he was already slower than some of the mons, and right now the Charlotte Beedrills had 3 Pokemon left, being Mega Charizard Y, and Latios, and then one more mon that I can't remember at the moment. The Florida Phalanx had Mamoswine and Persian left, and I think one more. I can check real quick which that was. No. Yeah, Mamoswine and Talonflame, while the the other team still had his Mega Charizard by his Latios and his Corviknight left up. What went wrong in this battle mostly is the Charlotte Beedrills tried to set up with his Corviknight, so he already got 1 agility up against the Florida Phalanx, and then he got 1 bulk up. He pressed bulk up on the turn. He pressed bulk up when the enemy switched in, and then he still had a Talonflame, and he had 1 bulk up, and of course the Talonflame attacks, but he's faster. And in my eyes, and this happened week before as well, is he's a bit too greedy with trying to set up for Power Trip. So I think he should have just attacked the Talonflame there. Because if you attack the Talonflame, yes, of course, you don't gonna do as much damage, but you still have agility up and a bulk up. Talonflame lost around 40% of its HP with its Flare Blitz, so you would have definitely taken it out. And then you have a Mamoswine and a Persian left. Yes, Persian has Fake Out, which he probably would have pressed there, but Mamoswine could not have done anything to you. And then you have a 3-2 lead instead of having to take down the Talonflame as well later with your own Draco Meteor, which kind of cost you because if you would have still had that Draco Meteor, I feel like you could have edged the win. So I think there's 2 things: you being less greedy with the Corvic Knight, and maybe try something else with the Corvic Knight, because Corvic Knight has a lot of different functions as well, apart from just trying to set up. Because the same thing happened with your Torterra; it died because it set up. So instead of I think you should just play it safe. Like you don't need to set them off. You can also you can switch things up. So that's my take on it. But overall, it was a great battle. Florida Phalanx eventually taking the win with his Talonflame and his Persian still left standing. Then we'll head over to the Pokemon of the week. With this week, it was down by 6 Megaladios. Although Darius shouldn't get all of the credit, this battle overall started out really greatly. With Magnezone also putting in a lot of work to already weaken the opposing Rillaboom and Sableye for Megalodius to easily take it down. So after like Megalodius got 5 kills, one Pokemon was already down. I think that was the Girder that he was facing. The Magnezone got the kill. But after a bit, he was able to kill the Sableye, which was already low with his Dragon Pulse. Then I think Slowbro came in, but he was able to Ice Beam it because it was first a Rillaboom. But then he was just able to set up a Calm Mind, set up 2 Calm Minds on the Slowbro, and Slowbro was kind of unlucky not to get a burn there. But even if he would have burned, uh, I don't think it would have mattered afterwards. Dragon Pulse kills it fast. I mean, he did take half damage by an Ice Beam, but it wasn't enough because you have Roost. He healed back up. He had double Calm Minds up. So he after that he just killed the Rillaboom, killed the Crocodile, killed the Sableye, killed the Slowbro after a bit. So and he was able to just sweep away the rest of his team. Continue. Yeah, it was a great match by Megaladios, getting really carrying his team on his back, and it was a clean 5. He only lost one Mon to the Rillaboom, which was his Landorus, which was a bit of a shame because he switched the Landorus in on the Rillaboom and it got taken away through Grassy Glides, which if he would not have done, I think he would have just actually swept his opponent. So that was it was a bit sad, but you know it happens. But the next Pokemon we have up on the list is the Coach of the Week, which this week was the Detroit Ranch, coached by Kyle. This week Kyle brought a team of Drapion, Cortana, Indeedee, Diancie, Omastar, and Megataria. Although I'll just quickly, he only used his Drapion, Cortana, Omastar, and Megataria. So Indeedee and Diancie, I'll just not really mention. They were decent supportive backup, but he didn't use them, so I can't really talk about him. First of all, I don't remember what he led, but the enemy led his Snorlax and his Cortana. Um, Snorlax went for Curse, so Cortana the next turn went for a Swords Dance. He survived the Earthquake. I think it only did like half. So the Earthquake only did like half. Then he killed Snorlax the with the Sacred Sword, which of course negates the defense boost. So it would have done a lot of damage as well. So that was a great start. Getting rid of that Snorlax definitely a threat. Then he switched his Cortana out into his Altaria, and then the Nidoqueen came out, and then he switched into his Drapion to absorb the Sludge Wave, but then he didn't want to take another Earth Power, so I think after that Nidoqueen switched out as well, and he went back into Cortana, and then I think Cortana ended up dying somewhere along the route. I don't remember who killed him. Eventually, his Omastar ended up against the enemy Nidoqueen, and this is where I think he made his only mistake of the match, and that was setting up the Shell Smash on the Nidoqueen. You were already faster than the Nidoqueen, so I get it that you want to get your speed up because, and I mean, he still survived the Earth Power because of Focus Sash, but after that, you only had 1 HP. So if as I don't know if you would have killed the Nidoqueen, but of course Nidoqueen was already a bit lower. So I felt like maybe just attack the Nidoqueen and maybe try and set up a bit later. But yeah, overall the Nidoqueen did die too. The Omastar, then the enemy Mega Gyarados came in, which Omastar died too. So it didn't really start out well because and then Drapion also ended up dying. I think he died to the Nidoqueen Queen as well, or otherwise he died to the Gyarados. So he killed two of the enemy mons, but he already lost three of themselves. But after that, it's because of course I already mentioned that Indeedee and Diancie did not play a role. Altaria was able to get rid of the rest of the mons because the rest of the team he was facing was an Infernape, a Mega Gyarados, a Garchomp, and let's see, I'm just gonna check real quick which the last one was. A Mandibus, yeah. So, yeah. So what happened was he was he's the Mandibus got switched into a Hyper Voice, so it died. Then he went into Infernape, and this is where I felt like he did the smart move. Infernape pressed Earthquake, it only dealt 30%. He pressed Hyper Voice, which brought Incineroar down to 17%. And of course, you can press it again to kill Incineroar, but Incineroar is still faster. So what he decided to do, which in my case really saved him the match, because otherwise he would have. He pressed Agility on his Altaria, which gave him plus succeed, able to outspeed the Garchomp next turn. So I mean Infernape next turn, so it couldn't kill him. But most importantly, now he was able to outspeed the Garchomp because Garchomp was a real threat for the rest of the teams. Because of course, yeah, Diancie learns a fairy move, but Garchomp is faster and Earthquake is gonna do a lot of damage. Indeed, he is not really gonna be that much of help against the rest of his team. So getting that agility up and surviving it, and then hyper voicing, being faster than Garchomp. Of course, Garchomp does not have the greatest special defense. It just died to the hyper voice. So yeah, that really saved the match for the Detroit Rams, and in my eyes, that was a great play overall to read that, to acknowledge that you of course can survive another earthquake. Like if for example the it would have been a crit there, yeah, it would have been unlucky, but it was a risk worth taking because it secured the match for you basically because the rest of the Pokemon, because also Mega Gyarados also got served by a Shell Smashed Almost Star, so it already lost 30% of its HP. Hyper Voice super effective, so Hyper Voice would have killed everything for the rest of his team. So overall, it was a great match by the Detroit Rams and deserved Coach of the Week this time. And then lastly, we'll head over to the kill death leaderboards. We still have the same on top of the kill death leaderboard. Still haven't died yet. So this is, I mean, it's just a fun game. Like, how long can he let a zero hour live? I mean, he has 14 kills and zero deaths. But we have a close contender now because Latios Mega got, of course, 5 kills this week and didn't die. So right now, Latios Mega is on 12 kills and 2 deaths. Tapu Fini this time is on 7 kills and 2 deaths. And then we have a couple mounts that are a bit further behind. We have Venus from Mega with 5 kills and 1 death. And then we have Zoroark with 5 kills and 1 death as well. And then we have Latias Mega with 6 kills and 2 deaths. And then we have Comfy on 3 kills, 0 deaths. Scissor Mega on 3 kills, 0 deaths. Altaria Mega now on. That's wrong. 4 kills, 1 death. So we'll fix that later because, of course, that's the wrong kills because this week he got 4. Unless he hadn't gotten kills before. It might have actually been like that, which would be interesting. And then also Hydreigon on 4 kills and 1 death. So overall, it was another great week. Yeah, I'm wondering how long it will take for Zeraora to die. I'm gonna say Zeraora is gonna survive for 2 more weeks and then die week 7. That is my prediction. So thank you for watching and see you next week.